Hello, welcome to Shapeships. We're having our first example game of Xenite versus human, asymmetrical matchup. Um, on the left, we're playing Xenite. On the right, we're playing human. Um, so there's a lot of ships here. I wouldn't expect you to jump into this video before, playing some games yourself, watching some of the other videos. We've got two totally different species facing off. And in this game, we'll just keep things basic. There are a lot of strategies um, available to both sides and need to respond differently, kind of have an understanding of both species to play this well. Roll a 5 on turn 1. Yeah, we're going to keep things pretty basic, I think, in this game. So, aimed at players who are still learning and interested in the asymmetrical matchups. The Xenite player, we're going to just do something pretty basic, as I said. We're going to make lots of Xenites with bug breeders. We're going to use mantises to heal based on those Xenites and then add some Hell Hornets. We'll see what the human player's doing. On the human side, we're going to do like a standard opener, orbital into carrier, and probably just fighters and commanders. And let's just see, how it plays out doing some basic stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of upgrades, there's a lot of crazy strategies and things that we can do. But let's just go bug breeder on this side. So we're spending 6 lines on our bug breeder. And on the human side, we will build an orbital. We're going to have a bonus line every turn now. And yeah, let's go. 4 is 5. 4 is 5, 6 here. So well done, humans. Your orbital already paying dividends. Our bug breeder will make a Xenite. Now, obviously, we've zoomed out a bit here because there's a lot more ships to show. But hopefully, you are familiar with the game. You kind of get the gist of what's going on. So 5 here, we've spent our 6 here. Okay, on to turn 4. We're going to be pretty greedy with bug breeders on this side. Another 4 I've just rolled there, so 9 here, 5 here. So let's make another bug breeder. We want a lot of Xenites, and then to just use those Xenites to scale for healing and damage. So we've got 2 bug breeders, 2 Xenites at this stage. Here we're just going to make fighters. We're just going to put on the pressure. Lots of carriers, fighters, commanders. It's a simple plan. We've got this one orbital, so it's not like a pure low-tech aggro. The orbital over the course of the game will give us some value. So we're doing 1 damage to the Xenite player. On to turn 5. Another 4. The dice doesn't move when it rolls the same number. Pretty annoying, but what can you do? It's a plugin for Figma. Yep, I already subtracted what I was doing, right? Confused myself then. Hang on. Yeah, I should explain what I'm doing. Okay, we've got 7 lines on this side. We're going to make another bug breeder. We're just making bug breeders. We're making Xenites. We'll add a mantis shortly. We want to just, ensure our Xenite production continues over this side. So we spent 6 lines on a bug breeder. Over here, we're building a carrier. Second carrier comes down. Yeah, is that right? Sorry, I just want to check that I No, I didn't add the line, so okay, that's fine. Playing both sides, so we actually have 4 left. So this bonus line. And we'll continue making fighters. We now have 2 fighters. We're not going to manually build fighters at this stage, or even a commander yet. We don't need a commander. It's not going to do much yet. We're going to get more carriers is the plan. So 2 more damage here. That all looks right. Okay. 3 is 4. And probably now is the time to add the mantis. A 3 is 7, 8 with our bonus line from the orbital. So that's also good. I think over here, so we're going to make 3 Xenites from our bug breeders. Double check the count there. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right. We may as well drop down our mantis at this stage. We had 4 lines. It's going to heal us 3. It heals 1 for every 2 Xenites that you have, rounded down. And over here we're going to make another carrier. Boom. 2 more fighters. So 1 from this carrier, 1 from this carrier. We're doing 4 damage. And we spent 6 lines on the carrier. That's the build phase. So now battle phase, we're doing 4. Xenite is healing for 3, so it only takes 1. So you can see the power of these mantises when you have lots of Xenites. They're very cost effective. They are capped at 10 healing. If you have 20 Xenites or more, they do cap. So we'll see if we get to that point. The human does, we will be adding commanders, more carriers. We will be scaling our damage too, so that's fine. 5, okay. 7, 8 here. 5 here. We could drop down another mantis. We're actually not taking too much at the moment. I would rather save to get another bug breeder or potentially a hell hornet. Now, the powerful thing about Xenites is that with a lot of Xenites, you can add mantises and or hell hornets depending on what your opponent's doing that both scale off this number. So, the human has no healing. When we drop down a hell hornet, it's going to be cutting straight into their health. So let's save. We'll make 2 Xenites here. So our healing goes up to 4. Now, human on this side has an interesting decision. First, we'll do our carriers. So 1, 2. Just double check that number. 3 from this carrier, 4, 5, 6 is correct. So we could drop down 2 commanders right now, which will be doing 2 each. And then 3 each once we get to 9. I think we'll add another carrier though. Okay, so it's kind of similar thinking to here. We want to maintain our production, because if our carriers get depleted, our damage just slows down. We want a few more fighters before we start adding commanders. They're only doing 2 at the moment. Ideally, we want 12, maybe 15 fighters so that our commanders can keep up with the mantises essentially. So, okay, we've spent 6 on that carrier. We're saving here for another bug breeder or a hell hornet, taking 2. Yep, looks right. Okay, rolled another 5, 10 here, 7, 8 here. Must remember this line. So similar decisions. Okay, here we can add a bug breeder and a mantis and be very safe. At some point, drop down hell hornets. We need to use these. 1, 2, 11, 5 healing. Of course, I'm ignoring a lot of the actual, powerful strategies in this game. Guardian is very strong against Xenite. You can just kill their healers, etc. But we're just looking at some basic scaling stuff here. A Mantis and a Hell Hornet. The Hell Hornet will be doing 5. We'll be healing for 10. Looks like Xenite has, has the upper hand on the basic scaling. Another bug breeder also tempting. We're almost out of, charges here. So let's do another bug breeder and another mantis. We're going to be so safe. We're, these mantises just, squashing this at the moment. That's all our lines. 10 healing. Okay, human side, we're making 2 fighters. 3 fighters? 3 fighters. Yeah, this carrier was built last turn. Okay, well, perhaps now is the time to drop down 2 commanders. That'll be doing 3 each. We'll be doing 15. Okay, force some more healing to be built over here. It seems worthwhile doing that now, I think. Yeah, let's just get our number in our commander on. There we go. Doing 3, and there's 2 of them. Okay, for 15. It's a huge jump in damage because we got 3 more fighters and 2 more commanders. 2 commanders. There's still 3 more fighters coming, so these will increase. Maybe we just start making commanders now. Taking 5. Okay. Let's keep going. A 4. Okay, that's fine. Maybe another mantis. 2 more Xenites are made. 13. Like, these mantises are healing for 6 each. So that seems like it will outscale, and at some stage we can drop down a Hell Hornet. There's this orbital, I suppose. Yeah, let's make 3rd mantis. So we're healing now for 18, right? 6 each. Half the Xenite count. Used our lines. Just need to stabilize, and then we can add some Hell Hornets and wipe this human out, hopefully. 5 is a bit awkward. We can add a commander, I suppose. A couple more fighters to be made. Of course, in more advanced games, you may be going for tactical cruisers, battle cruisers, science vessel, etc. Guardian, as I mentioned, very good. But here we're just looking at the basics. Let's make a commander. So we just made 2 more fighters, 1 more commander. We have 1 line. These commanders will all be doing 4 next turn. So that's not too bad. We're doing 20. We're still staying slightly ahead. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing 2. Doing 2 damage. So it's okay. Feel like it's going to run out of steam. We've got 1 more charge here. We've got 3 more here. Let's roll. Another 4. Jeez. I really want to build a Hell Hornet over here to just start doing something. Even just, look, 1 Xenite here increases our healing by 3 because we hit the break point there. So 6 over here, though, could be a carrier. I do like the idea of that. Like, we're not killing them now. Yeah. Sort of doing a bit of both players at the moment. So we're doing 24. Because we hit, yeah, we hit another fighter, 24. Another carrier will, adding commanders that are doing 4 damage when the mantises for 4 lines, same cost, healing for 7. Just looks like a downward spiral for the human. Start turning them into guardians and just try to kill these. And then just let our 12. It's not a bad plan. Like we can see here, right? If we build a carrier, we get to 15 fighters and start adding commanders that are doing 5 each. Like, Xenite can add another Mantis this turn. Okay, healing for 28. We could manually build some stuff here. We could also, yeah, I mean, we've got to change our plan, right? I know that we have more health at the moment. 1 Hell Hornet will do 7 damage based on this, and there's 2 more coming, 2 more Xenites coming. It's not what I'd planned to do this game, but Guardian is expensive. Can kill a couple of these, but we use our commanders. I still don't actually think that will work, even if we do that. Well, let's just write it out, shall we? It's a basic game. I think we can see where this is going, though, if you've played a bit of this game. And there we go. There's a 6. Sorry, we healed 4 that turn. There's another, well, there's a 6. And I'm not even going to think about it. I'll just play this a bit quicker. The power of Xenite. So, yep, healing 28, dealing 7, with the Hell Hornet doing 1 for every 2 Xenites. And poor old humans over here. We have a fresh carrier. Yeah, can we do anything? We could start making healing, etc. Start making tactical cruisers. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably too late. Interceptors, like they are out healing us already by 4. Soon to be by more. This will go up to 32 next Xenite. Yep, it's a good demonstration. Just thinking if there's anything we can do here. make some frigates, try to heal a little bit. You know, this isn't much damage, 7. Um, yeah, I mean, I would resign probably. Let's just follow it to its course and then we can see what happens. 4, 2. It's still going up a bit, I suppose. It's 29. 16 from commanders plus 13. Taking 7. Taking 1. Yep. It's a basic game. 1. Okay. It's 4 here. Pretty good, actually. You know, we'll get an increment. The dice can always, you know, influence what's happening. We build our final Xenite here, so this goes up to 8, this goes up to 32. 4 mantises healing 8 each. Here we can build a commander though. We're taking 8. I mean, yeah. I've deliberated far too much. This is just an example game. Right, that's what we're doing. Still doing slightly more damage than they are healing, but taking so much. This will jump up a fair bit next turn, so we might be, you know, still doing 2 damage here. The 1 is good for the humans, I think. 8 here, though. Alright, turn 13. 5. That's 6 each, actually. Okay. Another Hell Hornet's gonna ensure death, probably. The human always has interceptors to stay, you know, stave off death for a little bit. So we make our 15th fighter. This goes up. This is before spending any lines. Let's just work this out. It's 40. It's a big jump. Big jump. Not enough to kill though. So we've got some lines. We'll see. We can add another commander and a defender. Does the same as an interceptor this turn. 5. Here we can certainly add another Hell Hornet, and we should, I think. We will be taking them to -6. Seems straightforward. 16 damage, 32 healing. Xenite basic ships. What's the best we can do over here? 6. We can build a commander and a defender. It's 5 more damage and 1 healing. An interceptor is the same thing. It could heal instead, but it's equivalent. All right, let's just do the commander. Looks simpler. Commander and defender. 1 healing and 45, right? 30 plus 15. So taking 15 here. And are we dead on this side? 45 plus 32. We are, actually. Exactly dead. So Xenite wins a narrow victory. Closer than I thought it would be, actually. Quite a jump there with those commanders and fighters. Yeah, I think that's an interesting little snapshot of some of the basic ships in this matchup. In the next games, we'll start looking at some real strategies and how they pan out. GG's.